We finally landed in Thailand, got out of the igloo of an airport. Day number 1. A real life goat. Just woken up, this is our first day. We got some more traveling today. We're off to Ubon to do some training with Run the Moon. Gimbal's spazzing out. After another long day of flying, finally got to Lum the Moons. Can't wait to friggin' rip in tomorrow, rest today, but yeah, straight into it tomorrow. Morning guys, it's a bit past 5 AM in the morning. We're about to do our first session. Just woken up. Gonna have to taxi to training because we haven't got our scooters yet, but still dark here, as you can see. Got ourselves a, oh, this gimbal's going spastic. We got ourselves a, well, the moon helped us get us a little room each, which cost us about 6,500 baht for 1 month, which is pretty good. I can't remember what that is in Australian, but I think it's about 500 bucks or something. I think 10,000 bahts, 500 bucks. So 6,500 baht, and we had to pay a bond 3,000, which we get back in the end. And our training is 10,000 baht for 1 month. So that's 2 sessions a day, guys, for, 6 days a week. And it's some really good training, guys. You just get to go in, run, do the whole thing, and just purely be coached, which is great for me. I haven't had this in a while, being a gym owner and stuff, so super keen. We'll keep you updated. I'll set the camera up when we get to training and you can see what we're doing a little bit. Got some, this is pretty standard stuff here. Got to take some stuff for malaria. You're not supposed to get bitten by mosquitoes here. Got away with it last time I was here, but yeah, didn't want to risk it this time. So anyway, about to have a coffee and then we'll get straight into it. See you at training. All right, here we are. We're at Lum the Moons this morning. It is Saturday. got lost in the taxi, but we got here now, picking up scooters later. It is absolutely freezing here. It's good weather, but the wind is like ice, guys. So going to be running in a rashie today or a shirt. Absolutely did not expect it to be this cold. I think it's Thailand's winter now, so I'll keep you guys updated. Alright, so here we are. We're just getting into a bit of shadow boxing. We've just been on a 10-kilometer run. I was really feeling it in my groin, just probably from all the plane trips and sleeping in silly positions, awkward positions on the plane. I'm far too tall for the planes, so didn't get emergency exit seats either, so I was struggling. But yep, into the shadow boxing. You'll see us about to start doing some knees, yep. This is pretty common at Lum the Moons. You'll do laps of these after some of the shadow boxing rounds. You might even do it at the end of training around the gym for a few laps. Just helps your posture, stay on your toes, obviously use your hips. Really good drill to do on repeat. You'll see us do some little Thai push-ups after this to end the round, pretty standard. Thai push-ups kind of just a little pulsating push-up. I actually prefer it because it kind of trains the movement for what a punch actually is. It's just that little spark plug of energy at the start of the momentum. I don't personally believe in push-ups that much either. I just think, why would I build tension when I'm trying to get loose in training? You know, if you want to build muscle, you can go to the gym, but that's just me. Then we'll get up, have a little bit of a drink. Now in Thailand, you basically have this communal esky. This esky's just got factory water in it so you don't get sick, and ice, and everybody drinks out of these little metal cups and shares these little metal cups and stuff between rounds. This is partly why you get a little bit sick sometimes too. Yeah, so next we jump on the bag. Now, I started working the bag, and what was interesting about hitting the bag in Thailand is there's conditions that you wouldn't have to worry about in a standard commercial gym back in Australia. Like, all the floor is uneven. The mats are super thin and they're over concrete. And the concrete is really poorly screeded, by the way. So you're kind of feeling all these little imperfections in the level of the concrete when you're hitting bag and stuff. You're standing, I don't know if you can really see, we're standing on like this mat type of thing for a bit of grip. And it's got rips and holes and you know, like little waves in it, and kind of all these little things. You got to make these little adaptations to your environment, and in a way it really actually helps you do certain things if you're thinking about it. You know, the bag has like sun damage on it, and, you know, and even it has like a certain softness to it that kind of makes you miss weirdly. So you have all these little tiny adaptations and adjustments. Oh, here everybody's wigging out that the camera's following me. So these clips are all mirrored, guys. I'll have to adjust that. So I'm not actually standing southpaw right now. I'm actually orthodox. But so this is Lum the Moon holding the pads. He's just making some adjustments. Lum the Moon is insane at actually like just seeing immediately the small, minute adjustments that you need to make. And what's interesting about the things that he tells you to make adjustments to, you feel them in your body. The moment you take the adjustment with the toe or whatever it is he's telling you, you feel your whole core and everything come into play, and you feel that balance line up, and I start to feel like a piece of bamboo or something. Like, it's just insane how he picks that up. So here we're just doing some knees. He's trying to get me to knee a little bit higher. Kicking. Now, I was having a lot of trouble with this because he was trying to get me to kick more inwards, and my friggin' groin from the plane was just killing. You can see me trying to balance here. But as the day went on, it got sorer, but I sort of got better at it as well. But so here we are. The guys, the Thai's energy, Lum the Moon's energy is insane on pads also. He has a way of like gassing you up and getting you excited over little things, but in a kind of comedic way, like a funny way. He can sort of get you when you're wrong, but he'll also rage at the right times, and he'll sort of pick apart your floors or sweep your foot out or something. So if you're standing funky. Here he was getting me to do some elbows. Now this was really interesting. I was super impressed at what I discovered just in this first session with Lum the Moon. Basically, he's the master of just not even explaining. That's probably the beauty of it, is he doesn't explain anything. There's a language barrier, so he kind of just says, do this, and then, I don't know, for me at least, it just works. So one thing I was doing is kind of flapping my arm up from the joint when I was elbowing. As you can see here, I'm kind of lifting it, and he's starting to say, don't lift. You know, and this is something I've struggled with for ages, but, you know, I don't know, whatever it was that he was telling me, it was just, I understood it immediately. And it took me a while to get it, because it's a relaxation thing. Like sometimes if you want to hit better, it's kind of a less is more. You're trying to actually, I explained it to Dan yesterday, like a jet ski. Like if you want to ride a good jet ski, you got to give it more beef and get on the water plane. Muay Thai is the opposite. You want to give it less to get better. So you want to try and almost try less in a way, especially in Thailand. You want to relax. So here, this is just me going to town on drilling some of that stuff that he was just explaining. And that's what you should be doing, guys. Like if you're on pads, you get an instruction, you just jump straight on the bag or whatever and just start repping it out. You can still see I've got a little stiffness in my shoulder joint. The elbow's not really flying the way I want it to yet, but yeah, as the training session went on, I started to elbow, then I started to add some balks and fakes that Lum the Moon was trying to get me to do, and in hope that I can come back in this afternoon session and throw them a little bit better than this morning. And that's what you want. You want your trainer to be able to actually progress you and progress with you. So definitely didn't want to come back in the afternoon still throwing the same crappy elbow. So I've got the gimbal following my face. I'm not sure if this is the best option, but we'll see how we go. Just going to make all these adjustments as I go. All right, here we're doing our conditioning kicks. We just did 30 each leg at the end. Basically, Lum the Moon was just helping me with a couple of little things. Standing on my toes, kicking more inwards into the ribs rather than up. The moment he gave me these couple of critiques, I felt it all immediately in my body, and I felt like where my core needed to work and where it shouldn't, and it was just perfect. I've just having fasciitis and stuff, I've struggled to get onto my toes recently, but you know, for whatever reason, some of the things that Lum the Moon was telling me, even just standing on these mats over the concrete, real thin mats, there's something about them. It's just better. I found it better. It was really good. Here we're doing some knees. Man, I hadn't done these in so long. You should be doing them every single session, to be honest. But I've had, you know, knee injuries and sciatica stuff and whatever. So we're back into it today. Had to basically had to relearn that. But here we are finishing off the session. Now, this is just some neck exercises for the clinch and stuff. What that is here is a piece of concrete, basically. They've put concrete in a bucket, and then they have obviously let it set, take the bucket off, and then they attach it to like this wire, and then, yeah, you just do those little neck things. And I finished the session with some sit-ups and more neck stuff, chin-ups also. Here we are just renting out our scooter. So this is the middle of the day, guys. We've still got a session later on, just keep in mind. I'm going to upload this video in 2 parts. Because of the travel time at the start, it kind of screwed it up a bit. So this is part 1. Part 2 is going to be the second half of the day. And hopefully then on, I should be able to do entire videos in one hit. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.